base the fact that you know what a D20 is, how high the numbers go,
Mm-hmm.
and out of the knowledge and facts of the D20 die,
Mm-hmm.
come to the conclusion that you cannot roll a 25 because there's not a 25 on a D20, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm going to take a little bag out of my pocket.
Okay.
A little brown satchel, you can't see through it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you have no idea what's in there or anything, if anything, because you didn't see anything before me pulling it out of my pocket. So I have a brown satchel, and I take that D20, and I put it in the brown satchel.
Okay.
What is it possible to roll, a 40, right? Or to roll 40. Is it possible?
With what's in your bag?
With what's in my bag.
No.
Precisely right.
I cannot know.
Precisely right. But some people would claim, yes, it is possible.
Because it's not proven impossible.
Yes, but that is incorrect, because if I, or take it a step further than that, can I roll a 60? You don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I roll it out and only 40 comes out, right, was it still possible? No, it wasn't possible. You didn't know if it was possible, but it wasn't, in fact, possible.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But you can't come to the assumption that it's possible just because you don't know what's in the bag,
Yeah, just as you cannot say it's impossible.
Exactly. You cannot say either one or the other.
Right. Hence, why I consider myself an agnostic, not necessarily an atheist, because I can't prove God doesn't exist, just like I can't prove He does exist.
Exactly.
And
but now we know what was in the bag, so we know it was possible to roll a 40. We didn't know that beforehand.
Right.
Right? Was it a possibility? It could. Yes,
it was a possibility.
It was a possibility, but we couldn't make that claim because we didn't know if it was a possibility or not.
Yeah.
Because you can't roll the 60. We know now that it's impossible to roll a 60, but we didn't know that at the time. So there's only one die, or there's only an extra die in there, not two extra die.
Right.
But, I thought it was a cool demonstration.
That is cool. My thumb's almost healing. Smashed with a hammer like 3 months ago.
Yeah, it took 8 months for my thumbnail to heal, and most of it broke off one time. When I was 20 years old, I smashed it against the wall moving a couch. And, it was awful. What had happened was I was actually... No, I was only 19 at the time, actually. I was outside of the high school in New Hampshire that I went to, visiting some people there for, a after-school activity.
Yeah.
And, I was smoking a cigarette out back. I'm allowed to do that at school premises. And my old English teacher, caught us, and instead of, because it's technically illegal, she could have called the cops, and she's like, instead of that, she was going to make us move some furniture around instead. For the drama department.
Yeah.
And so we opted for that, and
That's
call it karma, but
karma. I like karma. I like the idea of karma.
I like the idea of karma as well. I don't believe in karma though.
You don't?
No.
Well, I know that everything evens out. I know that
maybe on the
gases are
level.
constantly trying to go from an area of higher pressure to an area of lower pressure to equalize the pressures. I know that heat is constantly being transferred into items with less energy to even the score, and you're never going to have, something hot and something cold and have so much heat transfer over that this one becomes hotter than this was. It's never going to happen. And in that regard, that's how I consider karma. And I think that it's more than just, arithmetic. I think it includes algebra and calculus and all of the above. You know what I'm saying?
Possibly. I guess I don't feel that there's enough evidence to convince me of that.
Yeah.
Perhaps if there was some kind of demonstration someone could do, then maybe, but...
Well... There is.
Based on the amount of times I've been shit on in my life, and there's been no repercussions to
your
the
life
shitters.
is long.
I'm just saying, up until this point, I have not seen any empirical evidence to support that claim.
I like to believe that I have built up a decent sum of positive karma through the things that I've done. You know, through the, like, help on other friends' cars, repairing them,
Yeah.
and certain things that I've done, right, in the past. And I told you about the dresser from IKEA, right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. And I like to think that that was me going back to not.
Yeah, whatever helps you sleep at night.
It does. It really does. Then
Well,
they're
you
a
know,
large
and-
multinational corporation, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it.
Yeah, but they're Swedish, right?
Are they? Well, their ship's made in China, so... And that's what I feel so bad, because, like, when you say something like that, you're like, fuck the Chinese, but, like, the Chinese are already getting fucked. I'm not talking about their government, I'm not talking about the ruling class, just like I never am amongst any group of people. I'm talking about the people, and they're getting shit on way worse than I am. And I consider, you know, myself being shit on
Yeah.
somewhat regularly.
I don't know. When it comes to karma, I think if karma does exist, I think it exists in a very minor way, and I think it's immediate. Because you do a kind act, the gratification is immediate, or the acknowledgement of the task is immediate. You know what I mean? Within yourself.
Well, that, you know, going back to the, like, empathy, the chemicals and everything, it's evolutionary, man. You do get a good feeling from doing something nice for somebody because we need people to do nice things for each other in order to survive as a species.
Yeah, and
You know,
I
so,
think if karma does exist, it exists in that fashion, and it's something that, even if we did create it, I mean...
Right. Well, see, I don't think karma itself is, like, a force, is like, anything sentient or aware or has any real control. It's nothing that can control it. I think karma is an equalizing... I think it's just like a natural occurrence.
You like a balance type of thing?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you need an electron and a fucking proton and
Mhm.
a fucking neutron type
Yeah,
of thing?
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'd be willing to buy that with some kind of demonstration, that kind of...
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
See,
what's
I
the
guess that's
difference
the point.
between calling it karma and just acknowledging that, like, everything balances out?
Yeah. Well, you know, man, I think you maybe fell into a trap in the realm of atheism.
Well, I just don't believe in a god. When it comes to everything else, I prefer to see, like, a...
Well, it seems like there's a constant requirement for empirical evidence, right?
Or at least a basis that is consistent with my experiences in life. If I don't have evidence, but somebody tells me something that, like, I thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Where you at? I'm gonna go whiz.
Blueberry Kush.
Nice. Ah.